because it's impossible. I mean, what's the point in doing a podcast where we can't get excited? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of the End Podcast. You can find us on all the usual outlets, on SoundCloud, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Google Podcasts, on Instagram, on Twitter, and what am I missing out here? Is that everything? I think that... YouTube! We're on YouTube. Yeah. We're on YouTube. There we go, the full set. I am Matt, formerly known as Marvel Spank. You will find me absolutely nowhere on social media anymore. And this is absolutely glorious to say. Tim's having a week off. It's Brian! Pew, 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 pew!
Well, he's the man that's formerly known as, but I am especially known to y'all motherfuckers who don't know me as Brian Boogie Down Brown. Find me on all platforms as Boogie Down Brown. On Twitter as Boogie Down, which is BO0GIDEDOWN. Everywhere else at the Brown, and that's how we get down.
Yeah, I've missed that so much. And welcome home. Welcome home. The problem with Shang-Chi, it's not being assessed by any level of numerical meritocracy. The whole thing has become politicized. I said previously the farewell wasn't received well in China. Mulan. That's exactly right. Because it trivialized their culture and it was basically done by an American studio with American actors. Yeah. Despite them being American Asian, they didn't understand the intimate details and they felt that they were being misrepresented in both cases. Eternals won't be shown there because of, is it Chloe Zhao? Because of her comments on China and because Simu Liu comments previously. China's not the be-all and end-all because only 30% of the money comes back to American studios anyway. But 30% is better than nothing, right? It sort of come to a point whereby you can't criticise, and this is fucking white people's fault. This isn't American, Asians, any other. This is white people problem. The white people have become so hypersensitive that they are being proactively almost discriminatory to the white people. That you can't. I criticise Simu Liu, saying I don't like him, I don't like his attitude, and I don't think his performance was that good because I don't. All of a sudden, that was hijacked by someone that I actually thought I got on with previously. That was saying that I was a comic.
Warriors.
Exactly. He said that I was supporting Comic Skate and that I was by proxy, therefore, a racist. I'm thinking to myself that this is a white guy against a white guy. There's enough hate in the world. There's enough discrimination. There is enough discrimination. Exactly, man. It's the new racism, mate. It's white lives don't matter to white lives. That's what it is. And but the problem is though, Brian, while we have these people that are only confirming their own virtue by manufacturing hate that isn't actually there, I'm big enough to take it. I just thought, you know what, Twitter's not for me anymore, and I jumped off. What that bloke is doing, he thinks that by manufacturing hate for me is by proxy reducing the amount of hate in the world. If he can't see, or if they can't see the hypocrisy in that, it's just bizarre that you don't lessen hate by projecting hate. The second thing is, he's wasting time creating a situation to make his virtue increase. He would be better off actually focusing his attention on the things that actually matter. And that's the thing that bothers me. There's a cultural thing online whereby it's who can point the finger first wins. And that isn't helping any causes. It's ignoring them. And I just can't be a part of a platform that does that. And I've tried very hard to keep out of the whole politics thing. Because Twitter doesn't need my opinion. Twitter doesn't need that guy's opinion. We're not qualified to speak on most of these issues. But everybody thinks because they've got a voice that it's...
But that's Twitter all over. That is Twitter, man. That, people... I'll never forget, I was talking about something, really on my legit Twitter. I get really kind of a bit activist and a bit outspoken. And these people jumped in my tweets and just trying to have a go. And I was like Bruce Lee in Fist of Fury, just like just dealing with these guys but just knocking them out, one punch, one kill, no fucking about. Like, I don't know you. You're not having a real life discussions about things that affect real people with some random avatar. Like, get off my timeline. Innit?
Next day I woke up and I thought to myself, why are you on Twitter in the first instance? Well, maybe it was for community at one point, but done that twice. And it exhausted me on both fucking occasions because you think that a bunch of grown men in their 30s and 40s could self-moderate and not fall out with each other and not fucking say things behind each other's back. And by the way, if you're fucking in inverted commas community or a Twitter chat and you're not bad-mouthing people and you've not heard of anyone bad-mouthing you, they're doing it to you. That's how it works. That's how it works. Like I said, you think people can self-moderate. I've done it twice now, and all it did was exhaust me. So the community aspects of it out. So that just means that I'm being unsocial on social media. I'm just posting and I'm not even entertaining other people. And let's be honest, Brian, who's waiting for my review of Invaders Volume 2? Nobody is.
It took me, well, as you know, a good few years now. I've only just started up a like page on Facebook, and someone jumped in my comments, was just like, oh my god, thank you for putting me onto this. I would never have heard of it otherwise. That's it. That's taken 3-4 years to get to that point where this guy has gone, oh my god. And that was for Spider's Shadow, by the way. If you haven't started it, get on it. That's what it's about. Like, there are those people out there that I wonder, where should I start? And then you go, hey, this is some good shit. Or don't buy that. And they go, oh, you know what? I might pay attention to you. You seem to know what you're saying. And, I didn't get into conversation. So it's just that. And at that level, it works.
I love you. I love you. And you're still on the podcast for a reason. But you've not tried managing 10 people. And
Yo, listen, man. Done some things the way that you did, but then I couldn't have done any of it. Everyone's a critic. So, I give what I can, and then the rest I just say, you know what, shut up.